Today we're spending a little time with the Nikon Coolpix P100. This is Nikon's 26x optical zoom, 26mm wide angle, 10.3 megapixel super zoom. It has a 3-inch fold out LCD in the back, which we liked because we were able to shoot at different angles. The Coolpix P100 also has an electronic viewfinder. This camera has a pop-up flash. We like the control dial here located in the back because it made adjusting camera settings a lot easier. This is a light camera for its size, but it's pretty bulky. You're going to need a camera bag or a backpack with sufficient space to carry this bad boy. The Nikon Coolpix P100 has 1080p HD video, and it also has high-speed video. So you could shoot up to 240 frames per second. And the HD video quality is actually quite impressive, although there are a couple caveats. When you're shooting in video mode and you have continuous autofocus and you go to zoom in, the frame kind of wiggles around, and you could also hear the electronic motor working the entire time. The other thing is, low light in video is not as strong, especially since we just saw the Canon PowerShot SD3500IS and SD1400IS. And they were very strong in low light. But the Coolpix P100 kind of struggles. When the scene is lit well, the Coolpix P100 produces exceptional video quality, especially in 1080p, and the stereo sound is pretty admirable. We enjoyed the high-speed video. You can only shoot in QVGA quality, and we put the quality up there with the Casio XLM cameras, high-speed cameras. It's a little bit noisy, and you really have to light your scene well because of the high frame rate. In video mode, the Coolpix P100's electronic image stabilization, it functioned very well, though we'd have to give that award to Panasonic. Although this camera offers a gamut of shooting modes, we shot in program auto for most of the time, and we were fairly impressed with the image quality. The Coolpix P100 can shoot 10 frames per second at 10 megapixels, which is pretty impressive, and it also has a dedicated sports mode which can shoot 120 frames per second at a much smaller resolution. Another thing we liked about this camera is in scene modes, you actually were able to set the quality and the image size. The playback and the firmware in this camera is very quick. The menus are very responsive. Our favorite things about this camera were the 1080p video, the fold-out LCD, improved image quality, slightly, but improved, and the ability to shoot high speed. I know it's kind of a novelty, but it's actually useful to have. That zoom really came in handy as well. At the moment, the Nikon Coolpix P100 is one of the most solid options in the super zoom category to date. We definitely recommend giving this camera a shot, especially if you're a point and shooter who kind of wants to take that next step and is looking for a camera that's packed with a lot of power. For InfoSyncWorld.com, I'm Mike Perlman.